Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something critical, something anyone in the online space needs to grapple with. Why is it that some e-commerce businesses, they just take off, while others, well, they just don't? Even with great ideas, we've looked at tons of real-world examples. The wins, sure, but maybe more importantly, the failures. Our mission here is to pull out those key lessons, the things you really need to know to avoid, well, frankly, some very expensive mistakes.
That's exactly right. Think of this as your fast track guide, yeah? A way to learn from the common traps in online retail without falling into them yourself. We're not just listing issues, we're digging into the fixes, the things that actually turn things around.
Yeah.
Because these aren't just theories, right? They're real lessons, often learned the hard way, and yeah, often very expensive lessons.
Okay, let's dive in. First up, a real classic killer of trust. Over-promising, under-delivering. We've all seen them, the super flashy ads, big claims. They get clicks, sure, but what happens when the product just doesn't match the hype?
Oh, the fallout is huge. You're looking at chargebacks, awful reviews spreading like wildfire, endless refund requests. It just snowballs. Think about the Juicero example, that $400 machine for squeezing juice packs. The promise was this revolutionary fresh juice experience.
Yeah.
The reality, you could squeeze the packs by hand just as easily. It felt like a gimmick. So the insight isn't just be honest. It's also about how that gap, that perceived over-engineering or mismatch between the marketing story and the actual user experience, it just destroys trust.
Yeah, that example really sticks with you. Okay, so honesty first. What about visuals? Poor product photos. You see blurry shots or really generic stock images that instantly makes the site feel, I don't know, less reliable, doesn't it?
Absolutely kills confidence. Completely. Your photos are basically your online shop window. It's the closest a customer gets before clicking buy. Imagine shopping for clothes online and everything looks, flat, badly lit, or just pulled from some generic catalog. You wouldn't trust it. Using high-quality, real photos showing the texture, the scale, maybe someone actually using the product. It's not just pretty. It boosts conversions because people can actually visualize it, trust it more. Builds that vital credibility.
Right, credibility is key. Now, something that feels technical but is huge. Ignoring mobile users. We all know everyone's on their phones, but what's the actual damage if your site isn't mobile friendly? Is it really that bad?
It's a massive, honestly colossal. Our sources suggest sites that aren't optimized for mobile. They can lose over half their potential traffic, just gone. And it's not just about convenience. Google uses mobile-first indexing now. So if your site doesn't work well on a phone, Google basically pushes you down the search results. You become kind of invisible to a huge audience. Think about all the sales you lose before someone even finds you. It's fundamental, not just a nice to have.
Wow, okay. Over half the traffic. That really puts it in perspective. Okay, another trust builder or breaker. A clear return policy,
Okay.
or rather the lack of one. If someone's browsing and they can't easily find out how to return something, what do they usually do? They just leave. They won't buy. Simple as that. It's a major roadblock. People need that safety net, right?
Correct.
Especially buying online when you can't touch or see the item firsthand. So being really transparent about returns, making the policy easy to find, easy to understand, maybe even highlighting it at checkout. It shows you're confident in what you sell. It builds trust, reduces that perceived risk, and yeah, it directly helps sales.
Makes sense. And then after the sale, you've got customer service. Bad service. That can blow up fast, can't it? Slow replies, ignoring emails. That stuff can turn into a PR nightmare pretty quickly these days.
Oh, definitely. It's amazing how fast a small issue can escalate online if you don't handle it well. Like with empathy and speed, we've all seen those stories, right?
Yeah.
One ignored customer complaint goes viral. So consistently fast, empathetic support, it's not just damage control, it actually builds loyalty. It turns people who might have complained publicly into potentially your biggest fans because they feel heard and valued.
That's a great point. Okay, next big one. Skipping product testing. This feels like a recipe for disaster. Just putting something out there and hoping it works. Risky, right?
Extremely risky.
Yeah.
Selling untested products. It's like building your house without checking the foundations. It's bound to cause problems. We've seen tech gadgets launch full of bugs, clothes that fall apart after one wash.
Ugh.
It's embarrassing. You absolutely have to test for quality, for usability, for, does it actually satisfy the customer? Do they like it? It saves you so much headache, prevents those costly recalls, and protects your reputation down the road.
Yeah, avoiding recalls is definitely good. Okay, final point. Relying on just one supplier. That sounds like putting all your eggs in one very fragile basket.
It is. It's a critical weak spot. If that one supplier suddenly, ghosts you, stops replying, goes out of business, can't deliver, your whole operation can just grind to a halt overnight. Imagine it's your busiest season, like the holidays, and boom, your main product is just gone, no source. It's not just about scrambling to find someone new. It's lost sales, angry customers, damage to your brand. The fix is simple but crucial. Have backups. And always, always vet suppliers thoroughly for reliability before you start scaling up. Don't wait until it's too late.
So, looking back at all these, they might seem like straightforward mistakes, maybe even a bit obvious on the surface, but the impact, the consequences, they're incredibly real, often devastatingly costly. The whole point of digging into this today is to learn from these missteps, right? To see the deeper issues so you can steer clear in your own ventures.
Absolutely. And maybe something to think about as we wrap up.
Hmm.
Consider which of these fixes might actually be the toughest to implement if you run an established business. A business that's already doing okay, but might have some of these hidden vulnerabilities lurking. And flick that around. What new opportunities could open up for your business if you proactively tackle these common pitfalls now, even if things seem fine on the surface? Food for thought.